Hi there, and welcome to another trading video. My name is Dave Tromp, and in this video I will review the past week of trading that I had, and I will look ahead at the coming week, and I will show you what I'm looking at and how I'm looking at the markets. There are a couple of things new if you are following these videos. I will be incorporating some basic patterns to understand the market structure better. So you will see this in the next chart that I have drawn out some basic patterns. So that's new, and I will also be looking at the 4-hour more regularly for refinement of the trades that I do. So I hope to get some better entries and maybe see when I need to get out of a trade when the trade is going against me. So those are a few things to keep in mind. So let's jump into the first chart, and that is the dollar index. That's the index of the dollar against all the other currencies, major currencies, and I always look at that to see what's going on. So in my last forecast, I forecasted that the dollar index would go up, and indeed last week we've seen the dollar bounce here on this level, and indeed it went up. So this is the daily chart, and we had this. So last week we were about here around this area, so we went down, and then we had this pin bar. And on Thursday, I believe I said it looks like the dollar is going to go higher. So please take this into consideration when looking at other trades, for instance, for the Euro USD. So let's have a look at that. So I placed a trade, and I also mentioned this trade on my Gumroad. If you follow me on Gumroad, you will get an email that I have indicated that I've seen a new trade, and I will post these on my Gumroad, and you will get an email if you are following me. So if you're interested in seeing what I trade the moment I trade it, then please follow me on Gumroad. I'll leave a link in the description below. So I had a profitable trade here on the Euro USD. We saw this pin bar on this supply zone, and so I took a short trade at the break of this pin bar, and I targeted a 1 to 3 more or less reward to risk, risk to reward, actually 1 risk and 1.3 reward. We could see it go a little bit lower still if we look at the channel that so this is the basic chart pattern that I was mentioning. So if we first, let's zoom out a little bit and look at the euro against the dollar, or maybe even go to the weekly. There it's even more clear. You can see here that since 2008 the euro has been going down against the dollar, more or less. So sometimes it went sideways, sometimes it went up, but all in all we can see a strong downtrend here, and we've been trending down since 2020, I believe, 2021, and now the euro has been going up. So we have this upward sloping channel on the Euro USD. So let's switch back to the daily. So we had 1, 2, 3 touches here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 touches here at the bottom of the channel. And basically this tells me that we have this impulsive move to the downside, which is in line with the trend, and now we've been in this longer term corrective move to the upside. So looking at this, it looks like we could actually go a little bit higher still, maybe even towards this trend line. And so if we extend this a little bit, then we get some better picture of where we might be going. So of course we have this supply zone that we still need to break through, but all in all, I think longer term we might see a move something like this. Where's the drawing tool? let's get it here. So we might go up here a little bit, down again, up, and then from here we might see again another leg to the downside. So that's what I'm basically looking at. But for now we had a profitable trade here, short term to the downside, to the, well, not quite to the bottom of this channel, but it was good enough. It was nice to have some profits. So I'll post this chart also on my forecast that I post on the Gumroad, so you can have a look at this later and compare it to your own ideas. Looking at the British pound against the dollar, let's see, we're on a daily. Let's just go and remove that and take this one. So here I've plotted out here this supply zone and demand zone that we already had in the forecast of last week. We have this support here, and we basically are correctively moving to the upside here in this channel also, and I'll be waiting. I have an alert here at this level, so if price, I think price will go a little bit higher, and then when it's around here I will be looking for some shorts. It's a little bit more clear on the 4 hour, so if we look at some refinement on the 4 hour, then the level is not showing up. Just a second, I just need to make this a little bit shorter, then it should show up. This one as well. So, hey, it's not showing. That's too bad. Anyway, what I'll be looking for is I am gonna go to the 4 hour. What I'll be looking for is for price to move up here in this channel, and then somewhere around here I'll be looking for a short right at these levels. So right at somewhere around here in this area I'll be looking to go short. So that's the pound. Then let's go to the US dollar CAD. I had a long trade here based on the daily. So we had this very strong pin bar, as you can see if I zoom in. So we had this pin bar here at this area where there's a lot of demand. It didn't quite touch it, but and we also had this support line or level here, so it was good enough for me to take it to the upside. I traded the break and I targeted these highs here, but during the day the candles turned around, so I got out at a small profit. So if we look at the 4 hour, you can see that I was nicely in profit, maybe about almost 1 hour, and then prices reversed, so I decided to get out around here. I still think it can go higher because we do have this impulsive move, and now it's correcting, so we're most likely going to see an impulsive move here. Then again, I didn't want to hold over the weekend this position because I had some other positions still open as well that looked more promising, so I kept those open. Those are on the Aussie dollar, US dollar, and the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. So we're gonna have a look at that later. So this one's closed. We're gonna see how price develops and then see if we can get back in maybe to the upside. I will let you know on my Gumroad, so please follow me there. You will be notified by email. You will get an email with my trade setups. The US dollar, Japanese yen. We had a profitable trade last week or the week before, I believe. That was, yes, the week before. So that was this trade here. And now we have come to this level of imbalance where we just wicked into it. So usually I would take an entry here at the break and put a stop somewhere below here to target 1 to 2 or maybe some more. But I think, looking at the fact that we have this imbalance still right here that needs to be filled, that the price will first go down a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna wait with entering here. If price does go up and we see something like a candle like this going up, then I can always get in maybe here with a stop below this candle and then target somewhere around here. Or if price moves down, down a little bit more like this, not the best candle, then well, I'm not going to take any trade until we see maybe another candle, something like this. We see maybe a pin bar. Not too good at drawing. Anyway, you get the picture. If there's some rejection here, some pin bar, then I might get in here with a stop somewhere below here, and also targeting somewhere in the area. At least I'm going to target before this zone here at the top that I've put on the chart. Yeah, so that's basically how I'm gonna see if I can get a trade. But this pin bar, although it looks very good, it's on this kind of support level. I don't think it's too good enough, especially because we still have some imbalance here. This imbalance means that we had this massive candle here, so price went up very strongly, and then we only came back to fill the prices at this level right here, and we started right here. So this area in between here, the price has not come back after we had this huge run up and then down. So usually price will first gravitate back to this area where it has not been yet for some time, and then it will go up. So I've had many times that I would have taken this trade, got in here, placed a stop somewhere here, and then I got stopped out, and then price shot in my direction. So I'm a little bit hesitant. So I'm gonna wait to see what price will do. And then again, if price shoots up, then I can also get in, as I said here, at this level, if there's a strong bullish candle. Of course, if there's a very strong candle all the way here, then I'm not going to get in here, of course, and place stop very low. I think you get the picture. So that's how I'm looking at it. I will clean up the chart before I post it, of course, and you can see it on my Gumroad. Let's move on to the next chart. So the US dollar Swiss, I also entered this trade on Friday. So we had this pin bar again, this rejection here on this what's that, the demand zone here, and also there's a support here a little bit lower, but there was this big demand zone based on this candle moving up very strongly, and then there was this good signal or good price pattern. So it did work out for some time during the day, but then prices went down again. So if you look at the 4 hour, you can see I got in right on this candle. It went okay, almost halfway to my profit target, and then it collapsed again, went up again, and I said, okay, let's get out of this trade. I don't want to be holding it during the weekend. Let's see next week. And I still have some other good trades open that we are gonna have a look at right now. So these are the AUD NZD trades. Let's go to the daily. So let's zoom out a little bit because the structure here is also important to get the full picture. So we've been trending down generally here, as you can see. So we have a bias to the downside. Then we have this corrective structure going up. So we're going up here, And in this corrective structure there are many more structures, but once we hit this supply zone, then we started to break down, and we are going down here in a impulsive way, and then we're correcting, and then impulsive, and then we're correcting, and we had this impulsive move, and now we're correcting. And the trade that I'm currently in is that we broke out of this corrective move down, so I got in when price broke right here below this pin bar candle, and I placed a stop, well, not above the pin bar because that was a little bit too wide. I don't think it's gonna retrace that much, and if it does, then the pin bar will be invalidated probably. So looking at it like this, we at least gonna target this bottom here of this corrective move. So if we go to the bottom of the corrective move, I will be targeting 1.5, 1.6 more or less. That's my initial target, but depending on the price action, I will lower the target, maybe even to this supply zone. So then we have a 3.5 R, but we could also target it all the way down to the bottom of this corrective structure. So if we zoom out again, so we have this impulsive move to the downside, corrective move. So that's a larger time frame or larger time horizon. But we could actually see price go all the way down here. So we need to be patient for this, and then we can make almost 7R. So depending on how price behaves and how patient I am, I will be targeting that. So first target right here at the bottom. Maybe I close half the position. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna manage it. And then we might also see some other opportunities to get back in this trend. So we have to see how it develops. But all in all, I think at least this target will be hit here at the bottom. Then again, you never know. It is trading, so price could also just shoot up again, and then we have a completely different structure and we have to reevaluate. But for now, this looks good. I've kept this trade open over the weekend, and we'll see how it develops. Last one, New Zealand dollar, US dollar, same kind of story. A little bit different structure, but we have this impulsive move to the downside, a corrective move up into this demand zone. We actually have a double top here. We have a break below, and we have corrective structure, impulsive, corrective, and now we've broken out of this corrective structure. So also targeting the lows first here, and later on we might also extend the target all the way to down here, and then we have almost 12R. Of course, there's also some levels that we need to take into account. For instance, here there's a supply zone, and so that we need to break through, and here as well. So these are also possible targets that we might see price stalling, so we could get out there and maybe re-enter when price breaks lower. But first target, again, here the bottom of this corrective structure. Okay, let's move on quickly to gold, because I also had a gold trade on, and that didn't work out. So let's have a look at that. So yes, we had this rejection, this indecision right here on this massive supply zone. Yes, right here. And let's see, I saw this zone on the weekly. So if we look at the weekly, we have here supply zone and here demand zone. Very clearly price is basically going sideways, and then we hit the supply zone again with also exactly at the $2,000 level. So this is a psychological level. The traders are looking at. Yeah, people think it's a round number, so 2000, that's a lot of it's a big move that we had to 2000, so now it probably is going to go down. So I placed an entry below this indecision candle and targeted the start of this very long bullish candle. And as you can see, it didn't work out. I got out here at this green line. So if you look at the 4 hour, then you can see more clearly. So here we went into profit quite quickly as we got in, and then price started to stall exactly at this support level actually, and then price shot up, and then I thought, okay, I'm probably gonna need to get out here, so I placed a stop at this level, so above the high here, thinking that if price would break this level, it would surely go higher, and it did. So I got out, and now price is lower again, but still I think it's good that I got out, because I don't think this trade will work out. Let's have a quick look at silver. That's an interesting market as well. Let's first go to the weekly. So here we have this corrective structure on the looking at the longer term. So we have this impulse to the upside, and now we're correcting, and usually this means that if we're correcting here, then we could see a move higher that is similar to this impulsive move. So if we measure that move just using a trend line, so going from here to all the way here, and if we take this one and we just place it here, then this could be the next target, and that coincides exactly with this level right here. What a coincidence. So this is more or less the level that we could see price go to. The question is, when will this happen? So of course this is the weekly, so it's going to take a long time to wait for trades, but maybe in the shorter term we can see price first move down and then up again, and then maybe break, or it might break here, but we had 1, 2, 3 touches, so this is going to be the 4th touch. Let's look at the daily. We do have this supply zone, and we have this kind of pin bar wicking into it, but I generally like to see price go a little bit more into the zone, and then see some indecision before I take a short. But the bias for now, for me, for silver, is to short this. Even if we see a break, I still think we first gonna see some more downside before we go and break out and go higher. Okay, so that's it for me for this week. I hope you like these reviews and forecasts. If you want to see what trades I'm looking at, please follow me on Gumroad. You'll be notified by email if I have any new trade ideas and new forecasts. So be sure to follow me there if you're interested in that. And for now, you'll see me the next week. See ya.